Hey everyone, welcome to our February Momentum Challenge, where we're going to use the next 28 days to maintain momentum, cultivate a sense of inner awareness, inner strength, and hopefully we'll all complete this month feeling strong, able, and ready to take on the next month. And as we will be heading into our springtime. Now, today's practice that we're going to do is actually just going to be a really short 15-ish minute practice. My intention with this practice is to let it be something that you might be able to return to on the days maybe where you don't have capacity or the energy for a full 60-minute class, right? Because really when I think about like what it means to keep momentum, right, it's really just a matter of keeping things moving, keep that movement going forwards, right? Because if we don't maintain momentum, we might become stagnant, we might become even stuck. And so, the reality is that we're all like busy modern humans. And as much as I would love to be able to fit in a 60, 75-minute practice every single day, it's just not feasible for myself and probably for a lot of us. So on the days where you might only have a short amount of time, I hope that you can, just return to something like this, a practice that's a little bit shorter, but that will still allow you to cultivate a sense of connection to your body, to your breath. Maybe you use this as like a morning practice type of, yoga that you can come to for yourself to, keep your momentum in a way that actually is sustainable and suits you. Okay? So we are going to get started and we're going to come to just the front of your mat. I have 2 blocks. If you have them, great. If not, you can use anything that has some height, like a book. If you feel like they're not necessary, you might not even need them. But we will all just meet in Tadasana at the front of our mats. And so just taking a moment to feel your feet plug into the ground. Maybe you kind of shift your weight a little bit from side to side, forwards and back on the feet, just to sort of find a sense of feeling where your center of gravity is. And then just finding a sense of stillness at the front of the mat, feet plug into the ground, but knees a bit buoyant and soft, palms pressing forward, and just pause here for a moment. Feel your breath. Feel what it feels like to stand tall. And perhaps just noticing and really just feeling into what momentum might look like for you today. It might be a lot of big steps that you take, or it might be a really small one. It just might be this 15-minute practice, and that is great. And allowing our breath to find a bit more length. So cultivating just a more expansive breath. As we inhale, your belly will expand and get nice and big. And then as you exhale, just gently letting all the air out through your nose. Full breath in. Maybe it's a sigh out the mouth. Let everything soften. And then on our next inhale, the arms are going to come all the way up towards the sky. Grab your left wrist up and over to the right. So a little bit of a side stretch. Try to keep a sense of rootedness through your feet. Maybe lean that left shoulder back a little bit. And then we'll switch. Grab your right wrist up and over to the left. Plug into the feet, reaching up, breathing into the right sideways. Maybe it would be great if it's like you're waking up from a nap, just stretching out through the body. Back through center. We'll interlace our hands and then press your palms up towards the ceiling. So root through your feet as you come all the way up towards the ceiling. Press, press, press through your palms. Breathe down into your belly for an inhale. And an exhale. We'll take our hands and interlace them at the base of your skull. Inhale, you're going to lean the head back into your hands. Elbows will widen. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the elbows together and round. Just do 2 more like that. Open up, big breath in, take up some space. Exhale as you come back in towards yourself, back into center. Take 1 more, big breath in, open up. Exhale to round. Come on up, press the palms all the way on up, and then release and fold all the way to the earth. We'll take our hands to the blocks maybe if you'd like. Maybe we bend and straighten the knees a couple of times just to start to mobilize the back of your legs. You don't have to straighten them all the way by any means. Big breaths. And then bending deeply into the right knee, left leg will straighten, plug into the right hand on the block, and then your left arm can lift up for a twist. So rotating from your mid-back and the thoracic. And then we'll switch, left hand down, bend into your left knee, right arm comes up. Hands come down, maybe both hands to block or hands to the shins, lengthen. Fold. Step back into a plank. Feel free to lower the knees at any point. We're just here for a count of 5, 4. Feel the strength. Feel a little heat build for 3, 2. All the way down to your belly. Coming up into a cobra, plug the feet, plug your pubic bone down, lower. Coming up through all 4s, take a round of cat-cow. Heart comes forward. Inhale. Sigh it out. One more. Breathing into the vertebrae. Nice big sigh. Come back through to neutral. Just bring your left leg back behind you so you're onto the ball of your foot, and then shift your weight forwards and back a couple inches. So just moving into the back of your left leg. Modified side plank, inside edge of your left foot. Right foot might swivel, left arm comes up. Feel free to keep your leg down. Feel free to float it up. You certainly don't have to lift it up, but either way, no matter where your leg is, let's get the obliques involved. Reach up through your fingertips here for a full breath in. Full breath out. Left knee will lower, and then we'll bring our left arm underneath our right for a thread the needle. Maybe come onto right-handed fingertips and lean the right shoulder back a little bit in space. You're welcome to take a bind for the last breath or two. Press into the right hand. Left arm's gonna come out. Extend your left leg back into the modified side plank. So feel free to drop the foot or have it lifted. And then we'll bring the left hand down. We're gonna square off the left foot, the left hip, excuse me. So if the hip was open in the side plank, you're gonna square it off. Tuck your right toes to lift your left leg to a 3-legged dog. Push the ground away, bend the knee, stack the hip, take a circle or 2 in each direction just to get things moving. Left knee comes in towards the chest, step it through, right knee down. You can keep it lifted if you would like for an Anjaneyasana. Plug into your left big toe, pause here for a breath or 2. Maybe your gaze stays focused at one point, or maybe the eyes close. Hands will come down, maybe to blocks. Second highest height, whichever you would prefer. We'll straighten through your left leg to find a half Hanumanasana. Definitely can be modified, right? Have a little bit of a bend in the left knee, flex your foot, broaden the chest forward, little tuck in the chin, right? Engaging through your throat for 3, 2, and 1. Good, bend into your left knee. Blocks just out in front of you. Lift your back heel and find a warrior 2. So seal your back foot, find warrior 2. Take a reverse. Left forearm, left thigh for a side angle. We'll take this right hand down next to your left foot as the back heel lifts for a twist. Maybe releasing your right ear to your right shoulder. Left hand comes down, and we'll step the right foot to meet your left. Hands to the shins, maybe to blocks. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Fold, soft knees. Press into the feet, rise all the way on up. Grab left wrist over to the right. Grab right wrist over to the left. Back through center, interlace the fingers, press your palms up towards the ceiling for an inhale, and then fold with soft knees. Hands to shins or to blocks. Fold, step back into a plank. Lower your knees all the way down to your belly, cobra. Lower. All fours, take a round of cat-cow. Heart comes forward, inhale. Sigh it out. Take one more. Exhale. Come back through to neutral, and then we'll bring our right leg back behind us. So on the ball of your foot, we'll just shift your weight forwards and back a couple inches. Pushing back through right heel, over your toes. Modified side plank, inside out of your right foot, right arm comes up. Maybe the right leg floats, certainly doesn't have to. Find a sense of stability at your trunk, at your obliques, glutes stay firm. Just one more breath. Right knee is gonna come next to your left. Take this right arm underneath for a thread the needle. Plug into the left fingertips, lean the left shoulder back. Left hand's gonna plant, right arm comes back up, right leg comes back. We're back in a modified side plank. And then the right hand's gonna come down, square off the right hip, so drop that hip point down, tuck your left toes, and then lift the right leg up to a three-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, so the pelvis kind of swivels towards the right, mindful of that right shoulder, maybe a circle or two, just get some movement into that hip socket. One side might feel a little different than the other. Keep pushing the ground away. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Step it through. Left knee down. You're welcome to have it lifted. Arms come up. 2 or 3 breaths in a nice steady lunge, Anjaneyasana. Rib cage stays hugging in, arms reaching up like you're reaching for the sun. 1 more big breath in. Full breath out. Take our hands down to blocks, whichever height works for you, or you don't need to if you feel like your hamstrings are ready for a half Hanumanasana. Bring that right hip back a little bit, left hip comes forward as best as we can, flexing through the right foot. Broaden the chest, right? Create some length through the spine. Breathe into the back of the right leg. Bend back into your right knee, lift your back leg, warrior 2. So the left foot's gonna seal, cartwheel our arms up, bend into the right knee, looking over your middle finger, pause here. We'll take a reverse. Right arm comes up, reaching through your fingertips, breathe into the right side waist, and then forearm to thigh, side angle. Left arm can be up towards the ceiling or reaching up overhead towards the front of the room. Seal the pinky toe side down. Pull the mat apart with your feet. So nice. Let's take our left hand down next to your right. Lift your back heel. Right arm comes up for a twist. Right hand comes down, and then we'll just step your left foot to meet your right. Hands to the shins or to blocks. Fold. Rise, press into the feet all the way up overhead. Grab your right wrist over to the left. Back through center, grab your left wrist up and over to the right. Feet plug in. Back through center, interlace the fingers, press your palms up. Full breath. And then we'll fold all the way back down to the ground. Hands to shins. Fold, step back to your plank. Maybe you lower the knees. If you would like to take a full chaturanga, you can. Cobra or your up dog. We'll meet in a down dog. 3 breaths. There can be movement, right? You can bend through one knee. You can nod the head yes, shake it no, or you can just be in stillness, feeling into the strength and structure and stability of your down dog. Here for 3, for 2, 1. Just lower your knees and we'll just sit our hips to the heels, pausing here with our palms facing up in our lap. And just observing if there's been any change, any slight shift from when you first stepped onto the mat. Right? Noticing what just a little bit of time here in our practice can do for us, right? It doesn't take much sometimes. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. Looking forward to continuing our momentum challenge together throughout the month of February. Thank you. Have a great day. Namaste.